Top 10 destinations in Suriname. Suriname may be the smallest country in South America, but the sightseeing treasures that it offers may rival the giants of the tourism industry. The major tourist attractions can be divided into two geographic regions: the coastal area in the southern part of Suriname and the northern part of tropical rainforests, savanna and mountain ranges. Suriname is an anytime holiday destination as it enjoys a hot and wet tropical climate with temperatures averaging between 29 to 34 degrees Celsius throughout the year. 1. St. Peter and Paul Cathedral. This Roman cathedral is the city center of Paramaribo, the capital of Suriname. The construction of St. Peter and Paul Cathedral started in 1882, and in 2014 it was designated as a minor basilica of Suriname by Pope Francis. The cathedral is currently an active holy place as well as a sightseeing attraction. 2. Fort Zeelandia. In 1640, the French built a wooden structure on the banks of Suriname River as a fortress to protect themselves against the British invaders, though the fort was captured and renamed later by the Dutch. Most ancient buildings in Suriname were built using wood, thanks to an endless supply from the Amazon forest. A sightseeing tour of the fort complex will give you an opportunity to go through the two-floor main fort building, a 1790s warehouse, wooden officers' quarters and a guard house. 3. Komivijene River. Komivijene River originates from Komivijene Hills in the northern part of Suriname, hence its name. Sightseeing of the river can be done on boat, bike, or you can rent a car to explore the river banks. The river is surrounded by coffee plantations from the old colonial times of Suriname. While touring the river, you can also spot various bird species, and also do not miss out the open-air museum at Fort New, which has exhibits from the slave trade period. 4. Palmentuin. Palmentuin is a Dutch word meaning palm gardens. The garden is just behind the Suriname Presidential Palace and it offers a calm break from the hustle of the city. It has about 1,000 royal palms which were planted in the 1600s, as an order of the first Dutch governor in Suriname. The garden is a perfect place to cool down especially during the hot afternoons, but do not extend your sightseeing stay up to late afternoon since the garden is not well lit. 5. Pepper Pot Nature Park. Pepper Pot Nature Park sits on an 800 hectares piece of land in the capital of Suriname. The park is along the river banks of River Suriname in a place which was once a coffee and cocoa plantation known as Pepper Pot. The park is a favorite for bird watchers as it is a home to more than 400 species of birds. Sightseeing the park does not necessarily need a guide as the trails are easy and well marked. 6. Jordan Savanne. Historical sightseers have a lot to admire from Jordan Savanne, an agricultural community established by Jews who fled from Spain to Suriname in the 1600s. The Jews constructed the first synagogue in Suriname, which is still present at the site. There are also cemeteries with about 216 tombstones made with stones imported from Europe and beautifully ornamented. The best time of the year for sightseeing is during the dry months, as the monuments and most other parts of Suriname are prone to flooding during the wet period. 7. Paramaribo Zoo. Paramaribo Zoo is the only zoo in Suriname, so you cannot afford to miss it. The zoo has been in Suriname for more than 40 years, and has most of the animals that you can find in the country. The notable animals include Surinamese monkeys, caiman, jaguars, the boa constrictor, and anacondas. There is also a children's playground with swings, seesaws and slides. If you need a calm place to take a walk, this would still be an excellent choice as the zoo is quite extensive and not so crowded. 8. Warappa Creek. Warappa Creek is in the Komivijene district of Suriname overlooking the ocean. There are various historical sightseeing sites including a sugar factory still with steam engines, a steam car, and tombs. The creek is in a picturesque site in the middle of a mangrove forest surrounded by tunnels, trees, and a lush vegetation. Warappa Creek also offers a spectacular view of North America's bird species like the scarlet ibis. 9. Brownsburg Nature Park. Suriname is a nature sightseeing paradise with many parks dedicated to biological diversity of its ecosystem. Brownsburg Nature Park is wildlife rich, no wonder it attracts thousands of visitors each year. The park sits on a small mountain that is about 1,600 feet in altitude, which offers a splendid view of the surrounding vegetation and Brokopondo Lake. You will need shoes with a good grip to hike its adventurous rainforest trails. 10. Neotropical Butterfly Park. The forests and excellent supply of water in Suriname make it an ideal place for survival of butterflies and birds. The climate and vegetation also make Suriname one of the top countries with the highest number of butterfly species. Neotropical Butterfly Park, just a few minutes from Paramaribo, is an irresistible sightseeing natural reserve with dozens of butterflies from Suriname. An insect museum is also at the park with many insect species, all drawn from Suriname's rainforests.